I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. '23 Kia EV6
GT with launch control.
I don't know what that popping noise is.
I don't either, but it's interesting sounding.
Horsepower and torque.
576 horsepower, 545 pound-feet of torque from 2 electric motors and a 77 kilowatt-hour battery. It's got a lot of different sounds.
I'm going to turn it right down because it's actually making Jacob sick.
Yeah.
But it's cool that they give you those options.
So dynamic mode, this mode right now actually genuinely makes me feel sick.
And it's like always buzzing, but that's the one where you know you go into a launch control because when you do the brake gas in GT mode, it goes.
So we're just gonna turn that back down to stylish and lower the volume.
I'm just gonna, I'll do cliche corner send in dynamic, and I've got one traction off, not full traction off, and not drift mode either.
Yeah, this car is pretty wild.
Yeah, very rear wheel drive. It's like it's perfect EV dynamics, like perfect.
It's kind of insane.
Like, what more could you want?
No, this honestly, for an electric vehicle, this is kind of perfect for fun.
Yeah, it'll with one traction off, it'll let you kind of slip out and everything. With all traction off, it'll let you really get out. And then there's drift mode on top of that. I think you get like 80% to the rear or something in the dynamic mode. Like, it's just great compared to the GV60, which is the same kind of platform, was just front wheel drive burnout machine and stuff like that.
Yeah, this thing is an absolute monster.
And if you enjoy these car reviews, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, give a thumbs up, leave a comment. It really means a lot to us and helps us get even more cars to review.
If you're wondering what I'm pointing at, it's the subscribe button. So we currently have about 60% battery, and apparently you only get full 576 horsepower and full torque above 70%, because I asked Jack from Savage Geese, because he was at the actual event. You can't really find this information anywhere on Kia's website. And we did some launches.
And with full battery, it was great. We did a bunch of different modes, a bunch of different sounds, and yeah.
It's really quick. And Kia, funny enough, in the press release, 0 to 60 is faster certified time than a Ferrari Roma and a Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spyder rear-wheel drive.
Totally cool.
Supercar killer!
Supercar killer. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's electric car. Like, that's advantages, but it's also like not as exciting.
Yeah, and those are also both rear-wheel drive cars, so,
yeah,
you know.
That's all good, man. It's a good claim for them.
This is really, really quick. This will do 0 to 60 in low 3 seconds. With a full battery, I need to say that as well. With above 70%.
Yeah, okay, so styling-wise, I feel like it looks exactly the same to me except for the green calipers.
And they did a couple minor tweaks to the bumpers. Like, basically all of the inserts where the grills could be, those are all slightly different than the regular one.
And then matching the green calipers, when you're inside, we got a green GT button, green stitching, green piping, green design on the dash, and then we also have green in the gauge cluster when you're in GT mode, and green ambient lighting. I got in here in the morning. It was nice and dark outside, and it just looked fantastic.
And then we got some really cool wheels on the outside. They're very not electric-y, but at the same time, kind of electric-y.
Yeah, no electric-ness in them to me. I think they just look straight up sick, and will be the Continental recommended tire for an EV6 GT.
That would be the ones that we're driving on, the Ice Contact Extreme.
If you want to find out your Continental recommended tire, visit the link in the comments below, put in your information, your model and everything, and it'll show up. So I want to do a drift mode launch. Let me hold I pedal.
You gotta go into park to do that, right?
To get to a full stop. Park. Hold traction all the way off in GT mode. And then hold both paddles with your foot on the brake. And drift mode launch. Yeah, you can hear the tires just like a little
Just
more.
fighting for grip.
I like that. That's good. Feels good.
It feels, I don't know, this thing makes me sick. It's so quick.
So out of drift mode, I'm going to go to eco mode. Ready?
Ooh, instant regen.
Yeah. It like slows down so much more when I floor it in eco mode, or put my foot down just gently. It takes a lot more than.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same pedal
Yeah.
placement and me just like changing the mode. Like, it's great. They made an awesome job of making an electric car sporty, and now this is my favorite of the Ioniq 5 and the GV60.
In terms of driving dynamics, I would 100% agree. Still not looks for me. I still really prefer the Ioniq 5.
And I think I like the driving dynamics more of this than the rear wheel drive Taycan.
This is just fun.
Because that one, it limited you more than this did, and this is just like the amount of freedom that I want in an EV.
I'm kind of surprised that Kia did this, because, I mean, it's crazy, because even not in drift mode, even in GT mode with full traction off, I still think you could probably end up backwards in a field, which is awesome.
I think so, yeah. It's going to be a new type of accident that is going to happen. This is going to cause so much ruckus at takeovers.
Oh yeah, takeover champ. You bring one of these to a takeover, you win.
Instead of lighting the circle on fire, they just puncture the batteries.
Yeah.
And then lastly, before you drive, infotainment. It's got the one with the climate control buttons and the fan with a toggle. I accidentally cranked the fan like crazy while trying to turn down the volume when you got in. The infotainment's good, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And we've got the updated SiriusXM satellite radio, so it's no more bulbs, just the good stuff, which I think is going across all of Kia, Hyundai, Genesis, which is great.
There you go.
And this does have the cool 360 camera with all that stuff. It can do the smart park, but you can't change the color of the car in the 3D thing to match the color of the exterior like you can in a GV60.
You gotta pay extra for that.
I don't think you can pay extra for that.
Wait, how much does the GV60 cost compared to this?
RIP GV60. I put it on stylish driving mode to match your Instagram influencer photos.
Oh, thank you. What the?
Eco.
Oh, I didn't change the drive mode. Oh, there we go.
Still pulling for 60% bad.
Okay, way too fast. Yeah, this thing's quick.
And with the audio through the drive mode stuff, you can also change the curve of when the audio starts pumping up more and more and more, which I think is great.
Yeah, with your throttle pedal input. That's really cool that they're actually allowing this level of customization. The next thing that they should do is allow you to make your own sounds and then download them to your car.
You wouldn't download a car.
Would you? Okay, so let's see what this will do in Cliche Corner in GT mode with the default traction setting, not to put us backwards into the river. And handling is actually really good. Turn-in response is fantastic. It just wants to oversteer non-stop. Holy, just oversteer monster. The stab and go will get you in real trouble in this.
Yeah, this is...
By the way, if you guys haven't watched the previous video, the stab and go in an EV is just floor it and turn the wheel, because that's what you have to do.
Cha! And that'll get it to like a Mach-E GT, which this is so much better than a Mach-E GT driving-wise.
This is more Mustang Mach-E than the Mustang is Mach-E.
Yo, RIP Mach-E.
Honestly, this is a better car than the Mustang Mach-E GT.
Yeah.
Except the suspension is better on that, but the overall driving characteristics of this are better.
This is, we got damping different modes, this is good.
The suspension is decent. It's not as bouncy as I expected it to be. However, it's more bouncy than the Mach-E GT because that has the Magnerite dampers.
But this GT mode of bounciness feels great to me.
It does. They kind of killed it with what they were trying to achieve with this car. And this, compared to the base model that we've driven, well, the base powertrain, this is so much better.
You want me to turn off this?
I would love you to turn that off, because I actually hate all the sounds in this. What I do love, though, are these seats, these GT bucket seats. These are actual, basically Hyundai Elantra N seats, kind of?
Kind of sucks. They're all manually adjustable, but it's also whatever.
Race car, bro. You got to save electricity for your battery.
But we can waste a ton of electricity on heated steering wheels and heated seats, which get nice and warm.
Of course we can.
And then we got heated seats in the back, too. Do we have enough legroom for Jacob at 6'1.5" back there?
Shockingly, we do, except the buckets are so low to the ground, which is good, that you can't tuck your feet in, but there's enough room that I don't need to.
Well, what if I just did this?
I just like it down to the ground.
I got to raise myself a little higher so that I can use that augmented reality head-up display with the radar cruise, which worked totally awesome on the ride here.
And by the way, this is a hatchback.
Yeah, lots of room back there.
Decent amount of room.
And then getting in here, this center console area thing, we got a lot of room down here. It looks like it connects down there, but I see my feet are muddying up the floor mats. What should we do about that, Jacob?
Get a set of TuxMat. Go to tuxmat.com/TheStraightPipes. They have mats available for this vehicle, so check out what they have available for your vehicle.
Do you send off your TuxMat to a pinstriping shop to put some nice green pinstripes on this? Because it got green accents.
Maybe they'll make a custom one-off edition or something.
Are you stoked on the green accents more than this being blue accents? Like, I feel like this is green.
Yeah, this
Green's
is
a little
definitely
more like, neon green is more fun, where like an earthy green would be more environment.
Yes, and now I'm gonna do the ultimate turn-off traction mode, go through cliche corner in GT mode. And Yuri's gonna poop himself right now. All right, I'm gonna use my paddles to downshift. Just kidding, they are regen paddles, and this thing just
wild.
It's insane. Like the amount of freedom that you have for an electric car is absolutely nuts.
This is what we want in every EV,
Yeah.
which maybe is not good for everyone else.
Exactly. I mean, these are going to be really hard to get, so you'll probably have to go to tsp.truecar.com, discounted price offers, because it's really hard to order electric cars from the factory. They take a long time, so you can see what they have in stock at dealers or used ones.
And when we went to charge this, what is the mileage of this car? How far can we go?
The range? The total range.
That's what I meant to say.
332 kilometers or 206 miles.
So less than the normal one, because it says bigger motors, and they want you to go faster.
Exactly, way more power.
Okay, here's my theory of, like, you know how I like slower EVs that can go farther?
I'm also with you on that theory.
Unless they have drift mode.
That is definitely the equalizer for me as well. Drift mode is kind of cool to have in electric cars.
And for me, drift mode over fast launches. Like, I would rather drift than have like cheetah mode. It's like, okay, it gets boring, it gets old. Like, sliding never gets old.
Yeah.
As long as you have somewhere like proper to do it.
Exactly.
Shout out TMP Cayuga, still doing open lapping because we got a mild winter.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing lapping days throughout the winter.
I would love to buy one of these, or if I had one of these, I would go to Drift Jam there, take a couple laps, try to charge it up, take a couple laps, try to charge it up. I think that would be cool.
Dude, I think this would do really well.
Yeah.
This is actually a drift monster. I can't get over it. It's insane that they're actually doing this. The Ioniq 5N is still coming, and I think that's going to be pretty crazy too.
And then how about looks of this? Have you gotten more used to it? Because I've definitely gotten way more used to it, and I kind of really like it now.
I've gotten more used to it. I don't really still like it, but I'm definitely okay with it now.
Yeah, I like it. But I still think GV60 interior I like more than this.
Okay, but exterior.
Yeah,
what?
Exterior, it's close because I really like that GV60. I like the GV60 looks more.
Answer the questions. This isn't politics.
GV60 looks more than this.
Okay, thank you.
Ioniq 5 more than all of them in the right spec.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
But I still like. I would think I would like if I had to pick between GV60 and Ioniq 5, I'd go GV60. The one we drove.
Okay, fair
Total
enough.
combo. Yeah.
And since this is an electric car, it's got the 800-volt architecture, saving the best for last. Did we have problems charging today, Yuri?
Yeah, so we went to electrify. Well, first you went to Petro to check for me, and it was actually working.
It was working. There was another EV6 already charging.
Good job. We went to Electrify Canada, and we tried to charge on the 350, and it would not accept the charge.
Yeah,
it aired out.
Which this is supposed to do 350.
And then the one right next to it, the door was open because somebody was working on it to fix it, which is good that people are there servicing it.
Shout out Electrify Canada for actually finally servicing these things.
And then we went to one over, and then we slow charged it, and that worked.
Yeah, because we were already at 88%, so you can't get the full speed at that.
And then the screen next to it was saying that prices are dropped because they're erroring out.
And the funny part of that is we actually still got charged the higher rate for some reason.
Yeah, and everyone else who was there was complaining about how bad their electric car charging experiences was. There was a guy with the Kia Soul. It was like, I need more Chidimo. We're like, yo, honestly, bail on the Chidimo.
Yeah, he was telling us about his battery problems with his car, and he needed to warranty and stuff.
It felt like a electric car driver anonymous like meetup where you just go there and complain about all your problems when you're there. You're like, oh, what's your most recent problem? Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I don't get the mileage I used to when it's cold and it's still under warranty.
Pretty much.
So the Ivy charger is actually free until January 16th, and it worked. Wild.
And we're obviously not going to get the mileage quoted because it's winter and
we're driving like a bunch of idiots.
Yes. But even if we weren't.
Okay, yo, put it into eco mode.
Drive mode, eco.
So slow down, and now keep the throttle the same and go to GT.
Oh, you're trying to kill us right now.
Little
Okay,
bit.
Ready? Oh my God.
Like that's like almost like a NOS button.
Yeah.
Compared to the NOS button we had in the GT60.
The boost mode, yeah. This car is fantastic. I am shocked by how much I like it, and good job, Kia. You knocked it out of the park, and this just makes me look forward more to the Ioniq 5N.
Yo, this is my EV of the year. RIP Lucid, RIP Rivian, RIP Taycans.
Even the steering is good on this. Like everything, damn.
I know.
Oh, the frunk. Frunk kind of sucks, but we just had to mention that.
Yeah. I don't, honestly, if it's not a small little frunk like they have in a 911 or a Tesla, I don't see people like going out of their way to like open it. It's just like more work.
Pretty much.
Or a Corvette. Electric
E-Ray.
Corvette.
Oh,
Yeah.
watch our E-Ray video.
All right, is that everything with the EV6 GT?
That's everything I'd like to say.
Let's get to the price.
The lowest
Visors.
visors. Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Yes!
Pass. And the cup holders will fit a small cup just fine. Get to the price.
The lowest priced EV6 you can buy is $46,995.
Canadian.
And this one is $75,495.
Yo, it's worth it though. It's so sick.
It actually is if you can get your hands on one of these.
Whatever they did made the huge difference. EV of the year, and to celebrate, we're gonna turn the volume up to 20 in dynamic, and you need to send us out this way.
See you guys next video.
Don't forget to subscribe for car reviews. Whoa. Pop out.
This is not